From the downtown Salt Lake City protests, which are still going tonight, to President Donald Trump and COVID-19. Candidates who want to lead the state of Utah debated some big topics tonight.
It was a debate that you saw live right here on Fox 13. And Ben Winslow was at the debate up at the University of Utah. He joins us now. Ben.
Yeah, the Republican gubernatorial candidates debated a lot of issues, touching on a number of topics we're all dealing with, the downtown protests, as well as the pandemic. The candidates really went after Spencer Cox, the current lieutenant governor, over the state's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, and whether it was politicized by putting him in charge of the COVID-19 task force. Now, let's play back a portion of that debate.
This decision of how this state proceeds has to be looked at through the lens of public servants, because a physician, medical providers, they don't understand that bills, it's not their job to understand that bills come due every day. It's not their job to understand how this economy impacts the lives of people that bills come due every day and closing down our schools. And so you have to have public servants making these ultimate decisions. The buck stops with our public servants.
Mr. Cox is asking for 30.
Yeah, thank you. So what has been said is absolutely right in one sense, and that is that the politicization of this disease is awful, and the only people playing politics with this disease are the people on this stage. Look, in hindsight, we understand it's easy to make those decisions. In the moment, it's incredibly difficult, and those decisions were being made and influenced at every level by the experts here in the state of Utah. But most importantly, it's the people of Utah who sacrificed, who flattened the curve in a way that we could be one of the first states to reopen and lead the nation, by the way, in the fewest job losses. Number one, to those who have lost their jobs, it's awful, it's heart-wrenching, but the state of Utah is better off than any other state in the country, and the people of Utah know that.
To Mr. Huntsman, and then 30 to Mr. Wright.
The only people politicizing this COVID-19 situation are here in this room. This is absurd. There has been absolutely no accountability taken for the $100 million transactions. Still no accountability. With leadership comes accountability. But I want to remind people where we've been for 3 months. We've been locked up in our homes, where the only people able to campaign and politicize have been those in the governor's office, using the platform, using it as a bully pulpit. This is absolutely absurd while we sit under house arrest and try to do our best to run a campaign. That's how this campaign is proceeded. And I just think it's absurd to say that people in this room have politicized it.
Mr. Wright, we'll give you the last word.
It's not fair to say that we politicized it from Lieutenant Governor, somebody who's been running for governor for almost 2 years as a sitting elected official and using his office to run for public office. And it's also not fair to politicize a situation when you're a business owner and the government is telling you what to do, and you have the right to ask the government why they're doing it. We have the right to ask, where is the $6.6 million for the app we paid for an app that's still not working? We have the right as citizens, as business owners, to ask these questions of our elected officials, especially when they've been more than willing to campaign and put themselves out there. So to say that we're politicizing it just really isn't fair. I think it's unfortunate. And this is why we see this unrest, Bruce, because people are frustrated with their government and they don't trust their elected officials.
Okay.
The Republican primary is set for June 30th. We have posted the full debate at fox13now.com. Live at the University of Utah, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.